Hello and welcome to the eChat podcast. This is number 15, and there is actually two number 15s because the other one wasn't uploaded because I'm an idiot. But today we are joined by Lil Boo,
Hello.
as well as, wow, that's so enthusiastic. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Hello.
You sound so all depressed, like, hello.
I do not.
Hello, I have crippling depression.
You guys make fun of me when I'm hyper. You guys make fun of me when I'm neutral. You guys make fun of me when I'm not hyper. Like, leave me alone. God, I'm so abused in
I'm gonna
this
try that
server.
again. Hello and welcome. I'm joined with Lil Boo.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Is that better for you? God damn.
No, that was too energetic.
See? I can't please either of you two with my greeting.
And as
Joe, get your
always,
shit together.
well, it's becoming a regular thing. He's going to be.
Stop, continue.
He's going to continue being the special guest for several more podcasts to come. It's Kangaroo.
Hey, you too.
And then I'm Chris as always. I'm the only
Okay.
one that can just do a normal like hi.
No, anyways, okay. So,
Hi, I'm normal. Okay. Today we'll be talking about New Year's, and by the time this goes up, it would have either been the balls around the world would have dropped, or
That
They-
sounds so bad.
or they are about to. So
about to drop the ball. Oh my god.
So, wherever it is, whether you are currently watching this while the balls are dropping, in which case, what are you doing with your life watching
saying
us
that.
while the ball is dropping?
Slightly better.
Or if you're watching this because you're drunk and you stumbled on YouTube and you're watching random videos. I sincerely hope you drunkenly subscribe and continue watching. So there you go. Who wants to start off with what they have done this year that they want to share?
I guess I graduated from school, but I won't tell you how old I am.
You're in your 40s.
Why is that so creepy?
That
Why
is
does
creepy.
it sound so creepy?
We can all see. Let's crop that out, and then I'm gonna restart it again.
I'm not cropping that out.
Oh no. Okay. Anyways, I
And it's
graduated.
cutting. You don't crop out.
Oh
What-
my god. Okay,
Okay.
stop. Joe, you graduated. Congratulations.
Thank you. At least somebody congratulated.
Yeah, congrats.
Um,
Congrats.
Yeah, so happy time for me, and currently looking for a job. But in the meantime, kind of doing my own little thing at home. So super exciting. And I went to New York, so that was fun too.
What'd you do in New York?
Ooh.
So like the tourist places where people would go to, like the Empire State Building,
Mm-hmm.
Statue of Liberty, which we actually didn't go because we felt like, it's just a darn statue.
Oh.
Like once you look at it, and you pay like $30 or whatever, you go there and you
It's
just look-
$30 just to look at it.
yeah, and I don't think you can get that close either. So that's like
What do you
the
mean
fun-
you don't think? Weren't you there?
Wow.
Wouldn't you know?
I wasn't actually like there to see it. That's what I'm
Oh.
trying to tell you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, in any event, overall, it was a fun experience. So, yeah, that was kind of the highlight of my 2017. So, what about you guys?
Mine, I bought my first car from a very sketchy man.
Nice. Okay.
I met a pimp, and then I got my driver's license.
Hold up.
In that order.
What's going
I
on?
Well,
What is
yeah.
going on?
I don't know. I'm just so happy.
see. I've often heard people really have different New Year's resolutions. This is
But
really different.
but wow,
Yeah.
that is surprising.
Okay. So, what about this man that you bought the car from was sketchy? And
No, well, yeah, he
what
was
are
kind
the
of
events that led you to meeting a pimp?
okay. So I stop laughing at me. So my parents and I went to a different town to go look at these cars, and we spent like all freaking day, and we met a lot of sketchy people and a bunch of ugly cars. And
Wow.
then
You met a bunch of
I
ugly
found this
cars.
car. Yeah, and so anyway, I found the car that I was originally looking for, and I was so happy. But the guy was really weird about it. Like he just wouldn't say too much about it. Luckily, my dad knows his shit, so it turned out okay. But and the guy had his kid with him, which was I don't know. I don't remember too much about it, except that they were kind of weird, and my mom and I were just like, "What the fuck?" So anyway, we got the car and drove it to where you get the registration and all that shit. And that's where I
Yeah.
met the pimp. So I was outside, standing alone by the car, and I
And
look
he
over
looked
and
at
this.
you. He's like, "Hey,
He
what's
did
good,
look at me.
shoddy? It was
No,
good,
he didn't talk.
shoddy."
No, he didn't talk to me. I didn't know who he was. Of course, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know like what he was.
Oh my
So I see
god.
this guy, and he's smoking, and I'm like, "Boy, you trying to kill me?" Because like I got fucking asthma. Okay, so he's over here smoking in the corner, and right in front of him is his car, and there's
Hmm.
three girls in the back seat, and they're
Hey.
just sitting there, and I was just like, "Oh, hello." Like, do you need help? You know? So I'm standing there and I'm looking at them and I'm like clutching my purse because we're like in the ghetto. And my
Wow.
dad comes out. My dad, I was like, why is that guy just standing there smoking in front of all these girls? And he's like, oh, my dad's like, oh, that's a pimp. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he was like,
Oh.
then he explained that process to me. I didn't know what a pimp was
How?
until
Wait.
earlier this year.
You are.
20.
I'm not gonna say how old you are, but you are
I just did.
the age you are,
20,
and
yes.
She
yes,
just
and you
revealed
didn't
it.
know what a pimp was.
Well, I thought I don't really want to say this. I originally thought that like a pimp was just like a
I
dang
don't want.
person.
Oh
Like,
my
just
god.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
And
A
so
dead
anyway, I
person.
don't know. I don't look up these things. Anyway, so that's what happened. And my dad like explained it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And we got my
This is
car and
too.
we drove it home, and then I got my driver's license with it like 3 weeks later because I taught myself how to drive in my own car.
That was great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was
Is it
my
possible
first.
that they were just like his kids?
The girls were like a little older than me, or the same age as I was.
Well, how old was the dude?
I don't
Oh, I
think she
couldn't guess his
knows.
age. He had like sunglasses on, and he had yeah, he had like dark sunglasses on. He was smoking, and I don't want to say that word because it's not really an appropriate word, but he just looked interestingly horrible.
Wow.
I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast. Imagine that.
He's like,
I know that person.
why
That
he's
chick.
out of nowhere, he's gonna go to your house. You know, I heard you on that podcast not too long
No,
ago.
I'm
Okay.
safe because I wasn't in the town that I live in. But
Oh
anyway,
god.
yeah, and I was just that loner girl standing there holding my bag, the one with like polka dots and a bow, and just standing there by
Yeah,
my
you bet.
car.
Yeah, you better clutch your purse.
Yeah. Well, I was not
Wow.
happy to be in that side of town. We just met like a lot of creepy people that day, and I had to hold my pee in for like 7 hours. It was just a long day. So anyway,
Jeez, Lord.
Um,
Chris,
well,
what about you? What did you do this year?
I can't say I have anything that eventful. Um, I think Boot
No, it was just like
topped
one
it.
day out of 365.
Um, I completed high school, and
Yay.
Hey,
I'm done with that. And then
nice.
I got a job, um, that I'm going to be starting, and
Okay.
um,
Lit.
yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
It's I didn't really have an eventful year. I
Aw.
mean, I figured out I'm gonna be moving, but I mean
Ooh.
that's not really 2017 related because I'm not moving in 2017. I just kind of found out I was gonna be moving.
It's still like an event to know
Oh,
about.
true. I guess so. But
This is when you learned about it.
yes, yes. And then I also got my permit, which I don't
Hey.
really want. So yeah.
Oh. Well
I
then.
didn't want mine either.
Well, see, my thing with my permit is if I want to go somewhere, why?
Huh?
Home is where my bed is. Home is where my Wi-Fi is.
So you don't
Home
want to
is
go
where my
Leave.
anywhere.
computer is. Why
Oh,
go
you're like
outside?
to get food and save money.
I can get food delivered to my house.
You save money by making your own food.
See, I don't like that because then I have
See,
to interact with the person,
well,
you know?
what I've done in the past, I'll just put like if I order pizza and then take a little nap, um I'll often just write on a little like printed piece of paper, um leave the pizza
Oh my god.
and take the cash, included
Oh
the
my
tip,
god.
and they do it. I've never had one person like just take
You're
the money
actually
and then
worse
take
than
the
I am.
pizza.
Wow. Like, what if he just
Maybe I
ran
should
off?
start doing that.
What if he
Because, like,
just
every
ran off?
time.
Well, here's the thing. They never ran off. Like I did it with like a small pizza, like an $8 or $12 pizza, just in case. Like if it did happen, oh well, I'm out
How much? How much?
$12.
How much? How much did you tip him though? That's maybe because maybe that's why he was like nice enough to not take the money
I
and leave.
usually like if it's $10, I'll do like $2 or $3, and then um basically I used to have a formula. I have to look it up. Basically, take the um take the total divided by a number and then add a number, and that was your tip. But then
So like,
if
right?
you
Is
told
it
me you
20?
were an hour, it would
Is it
take
20?
wait what?
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say if it's like a 20% tip, you just multiply it by two and then just move the decimal. So if it's like a $10 meal, right, and you want to tip them 20%, you just multiply it by two. But that's 20, right? And then you just move it over, and that's the $2 tip. So two
Yeah,
dollars plus 10 is there you go.
like I think the most I ever tipped, I just found a bunch of cash that I didn't know I had. So I bought a shit ton of pizza. Like I bought a large pizza for myself,
Okay.
just myself. Also bought a salad,
Okay.
large fries, large mozzarella sticks,
Oh my god.
and I think I ended up getting like jalapeno poppers or something.
Hey.
Yeah, and that was all for
Jalapeno
me.
poppers.
That was all for me.
Wow. That
And I ended up tipping them like I think it was $15. Like 15 because I didn't in my head I never had that money to begin with because I lost it. So I'm basically giving them money that doesn't exist in my world. Does that make sense?
kinda.
Like, the money doesn't exist in my world, therefore I can give them as much of it as I want.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
That's not a good way to see that, but
look
okay.
at life.
Well,
Wow,
You
that was
learn
well,
life.
here's
that
the thing.
wasn't mine.
Here's
But
the
you
thing.
agree.
I ate and I felt sick and then I ate more. Oh.
Did you
Yeah,
tip your toilet?
yeah. He gave a really nice tip for the toilet, didn't you?
I'm
I'm
not gonna answer that because I don't really want this discussion to be part of the podcast.
Go
but it,
south.
but it sounds like you did.
So anyway, back on 2017. What
Yes.
are like things that you wish you achieved
Hmm.
this year?
Who wants to begin?
I will
Okay, I can.
apparently.
I can if you want.
Okay. Okay, go.
I I wished I ended up getting a job sooner, and that's pretty much it.
um,
Great.
I mean, to be honest, I think that's how most people are. It's just they want a job relatively early, so you get
Well,
that
that's what I
that
mean. Like,
initial.
I didn't want a job, um,
Oh,
and
you didn't.
well, at first I didn't want a job, but then I quickly came around and I was like, yeah, I want a job, but I couldn't find one. Like, I couldn't get one. I couldn't find any. But then I finally found one, and then the week after, like,
Mm-hmm.
here's a quick story for the people in the podcast. I applied to work at place A, and then went in for the interview and nailed it. And they said, okay. About a week later, they said, hey, we want to hire you. Well, I then go in and I'm officially um, an employee
Oh,
at that
okay.
place, but I haven't had my training yet. So I
Nice.
go into the bank, get debit card and all that stuff. Well, I'm talking to the manager at the bank who's setting me up with a card, and we're just talking about security and their flaws and how a bank should be run to optimize business and customers being happy and all that. Well, while I'm talking, she just says, "Do you want a job?" And I just kind of laugh and all that. And she says, "No, seriously, if you want a job, let me know. Like, keep checking here and keep checking for teller positions because if you apply, I will hire you. And it
Wow.
pays 11.95 to start." And
Okay.
um, see, here's the thing. I had just taken the job somewhere else at place A, so I'm like,
And
oh, do I
does
backstab place A or
I mean does place A is the money good there versus
uh like 9.50? It's not
yeah
fast food, but it's
you can backstab them
but I haven't even
because
had my training.
so okay plus your training is still going to be 950 or whatever. Because if it is, then I mean to be honest, there'd be no point, no.
Like, here's
Is that your
another.
minimum wage there, by the
No,
way?
no. Minimum wage is like 8.25, I think, or 8.50,
Yeah.
That's so weird because
or
minimum wage
or
here
8.
in Arizona is $10
What?
an hour. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
What?
mean like that everything is a little more expensive there.
Probably.
Like, how much is a candy bar there? Like a normal Hershey's candy bar.
Uh,
Well, you
maybe.
don't really eat candy. You don't really eat candy bars, no.
No, I'm allergic. But
Yeah, but do you know how much they might
depending on
be?
what I get, yeah, it's like a $1.50.
What the fuck?
You want some candy?
They're like 99 cents here.
Yeah, well,
Like a full-size Hershey's
yeah,
candy
it
bar.
depends
What?
on like what size you get and shit. I mean, I don't
It's
know.
the normal one. Like the 1, 2, 3 square, 1, 2, 3 square, 1, 2, 3 square, 1, 2, 3.
What are these squares you're talking about?
Like
Okay, can
they're
we move on
There's
from candy? I don't want to talk about candy
yes,
prices.
yes, yes. Okay, okay.
there's too many prices and
Back
numbers.
to Boo's original question. Things we wish we had done or achieved in 2017.
I guess my turn. So I kind of wish I nailed the interviews that I had with some engineering companies. That was like I had like a bunch of interview phone call interviews, and those are okay, but in-person interviews. Uh, so I don't know how most interviews are in terms of not non-engineering companies, but we have technical questions, and they make you actually try to solve certain things, even like the basics or the fundamentals, to see if you actually understand your major before they hire you. And so I really wish I nailed that because, these classes you take at a super, you know, early part of your college career, and then you kind of just forget about it because now you're learning something more advanced. So they actually tried to make sure you're able to brush up on your fundamentals, and I was not really good at that, so I kind of goofed,
Aw.
and I basically missed out, I think, 5 or 6 companies. So it
Oh
feels
damn.
so it feels bad, man. But
Was it that you didn't understand the questions that they were asking, or did
I understood most of them, but they rather have a better,
it was the way you
more
solved them?
yeah,
Oh,
the way I
okay.
solved them, it it was like a super long route, and there's always a quicker way to do it.
Mm.
So yeah, you see what I mean? Like there's always a quick way to do something. You just have to be creative enough to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is for some of the technical questions that I've gotten. And yeah, and actually, I did manage like some companies actually have different interview processes. So you may nail the first interview, but then you also have a second and even a third one. So yeah, feels bad, man, for me. But I wish I really nailed those because then I could be, working right now and making some sort of income and potentially have my own place. All right, next. Boo.
I think what I really would have loved to achieve, which was my initial goal at the beginning of this year, um, was to get my passport and to travel a little bit out of the country. I
Hmm.
have yet to do that. um,
Which
I
part?
got I wanted to go to Great Britain. I wanted to go over to Ireland too. I just kind of wanted to go into the UK and everything. And I really want to go to Holland.
That's a
So I
lot
just
of
want to
places.
it is a lot of places. And yeah. I mean, the first step is obviously getting my passport, and I have come to a lot of trouble with that. So that's fun.
Oh.
Um, yeah. Oh well. Maybe in 2018 we'll see what that holds. But yeah, so
We'll
I guess
see.
that's what I wish I did. Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
So what do you guys think of top headlines of 2017? Because I know I got a lot on my screen right now
Duh.
from what happened this year, from
Well,
Trump being elected
yeah,
president and
I wanna
shit.
get that out of the way. We have
Well, just remember,
orange.
let's
We have an
try not to
orange
make
with a
it.
wig as president that acts like a 10-year-old that shouldn't be in charge of a stack of Play-Doh running the
Well,
country.
I mean, there's different opinions here on that
Mhm.
particular person, but I'm just talking about events. So Trump being
Well,
elected
I'm talking
president.
about events too.
Well, I know, but you're also voicing your opinion on said person, and I
Am I
think there's a
not
lot
Mhm.
of
allowed to?
people that have
Very, very
different
subjective.
opinions. Yeah,
Yes.
so I don't want to get into that as much as I just want to
More, more on the objectives, not the
yeah. So
subjectives.
North Korea is a very big topic.
Oh yeah.
Um, there's a lot that comes with that one, and then I think all the really sad terrorist attacks that have been happening all over the world as far
Hmm.
as
Yeah.
natural disasters.
There was a period in 2017 where there was a terrorist attack every week or every 2 weeks, and it was
Yeah,
it was
there was one on
crazy.
like May 22nd was the terrorist attack in Manchester, England, where 22 people uh were killed, and that was at the Ariana Grande concert.
Mm,
And
Yeah.
that was sad. That was really
yeah, and then there was another one not too long after that, and then there was another one not too long after that.
yeah.
So it was
Oh,
just
and
like a
then there was
colossal or a snowball effect.
yeah, and there was one in Texas too at a church, and that was really
Wasn't there one also in like Chicago or something?
mm-hmm.
Where the guy kind of open fired on a bunch of people with, I think he was in a building and it was
Yeah,
just a open stage and he just pretty much gunned down a lot of people.
yeah.
So it's pretty sad.
God, that was sad. Yeah, and then there was
Oh,
those weird. I think there were two. There's two that I recall cyber attacks where like the world just fucking went a little psycho. Because I remember being at work one day, and all of our computers were down, and so
ooh.
we were like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
the
is happening? And
DNS,
then there was
the
like,
D,
oh yeah, there's like a huge cyber attack going
mm-hmm,
across like the
Dine
west
DNS
coast and the
or Dine,
yeah,
yeah.
it was crazy.
Oof.
But here's the thing. With a little technical know-how, you could easily fix this problem by routing your
Mm,
DNS servers to Google or even Amazon.
True.
But a
yes,
majority of people who were freaking out didn't know and thought that the internet had died. So,
Mm-hmm.
would have been funny. Is yet to happen.
um, I have
Um,
I have one crime related story that I don't remember it making headlines, but
Maybe some people
there
can relate.
yeah, well, I hope nobody can relate. Um
Well, understand. You know.
$20 million was found hidden under a mattress in Massachusetts by
Where can I find this?
by the feds, and um, the money is thought to have been linked to a pyramid and money laundering scheme involving a now
Oh.
defunct company named Telexfree, T L E or TELEXFREE, whose
Hmm.
executives in Brazil sent persons to retrieve it after the company collapsed. So it sounded
Hmm.
like um, that company was a cover for something, and they had a house that they stored money under the mattress in, and after the company went down under as like a
Mm-hmm.
legitimate business, they went to retrieve that money and the feds were waiting for them. I'm not
Ooh.
sure,
They
but
done goofed. They done
yeah,
goofed.
Elon Musk, he has a um I think this year he's done a lot of great things. He
Mm-hmm.
announced a Hyperloop concept. He's done pretty much many things with spaceships and rockets and whatever that are beyond my knowledge. And he a smart person.
Yeah. He's
I
just
don't really know what to say about him. I just
I guess just for like the engineers that listen to the podcast, if you ever try to work for Tesla, he will put you to work because I think a few people in my school that know two other people that worked as an internship for Tesla, and day one, you are in it, and it's like they want you to work overtime almost every other day. Uh, like he himself like gets barely enough sleep, and he's pushing pretty much all his engineers, all his workers, like you know, I think I think definitely past 10 hours. So he's a great guy, but
Mhm.
I would try to avoid him unless you are someone that can tolerate no sleep. So
um here's something that I didn't know was illegal in the first place, but it is now legal. Um Same-sex
Marijuana.
marriage is now legal in Australia. So
Oh,
yay for them.
good
That's
job,
good.
Australia.
Um, Russia was banned from the 2018 Winter Olympics for doping.
You good?
Oh yeah, the
You're
dopers.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Um,
all of the earthquakes and
Oh yeah,
well,
there
the
were a lot of
yeah,
earthquakes and
yeah,
definitely the hurricanes
hurricanes
that
Hurricane
and
hit
Irma
Irma and
and
Harvey. I think it's Harvey.
and Maria.
Har-
Yeah,
is it Harvey? Did I say that right?
um
Harvey.
I think it was Harvey.
Yeah,
it
and
Um,
was
then
yeah. It was like hurricane after hurricane. There were like four hurricanes at the same time.
and
oh, it was
then
so sad.
category
Yeah.
fours for days, and then it just sucks for the people in the
Florida
Caribbean.
got hit and then all their
Not even,
resources.
not even, not even
Yeah.
just Florida. Like
Well,
the worst that got hit is pretty much every single time a hurricane that appears on the Atlantic, um, the Caribbeans usually get hit
Yeah,
mhm.
first,
that's so sad.
and
Yeah.
it's
Bahamas.
I think it's just common there too, and pretty much why they have like one of the least capita in the world because disaster like that happens pretty much every year.
Oh yeah, and then I just want to like not to go back to the horrible parts, but the Orlando shooting, it
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
killed. Yeah, it killed 58 people. That's so
yeah,
sad.
that's
Yeah. I
I
I
don't remember
hate
what I was doing that day either.
there's a
Like, you know, there's
special
some moments where you remember like where you were and like
mhm.
how you heard about it. I don't remember that day at all. I just remember I had family there and my parents were freaking the fuck out. And it was just like,
wait,
Oh.
Orlando wasn't that last year though?
no, that was this year.
No, there was I think there might have been another one last year though.
Last year, well, 58 people were killed and 146 were injured.
Hmm.
So,
546.
yeah. I think so.
uh,
That's what I'm looking at. But, and then there was that, what was the other one? There was a bombing. It was London. Isn't it a
Yeah,
subway
the
or
London
something?
Bridge or something.
Something. It was something
so
like
yeah,
that.
it was so actually I was there at the time, or kind of I think I was like a mile away. But there was a bombing yeah, a bombing in New York. And I was there for like vacation, but um it happened I think like 7 or something in the morning, and I woke up around 8, and then all these news um like started popping up about it, and we're like, oh crap, where is it? And it was, I think, the 42nd Street or something like that, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty close to like where I was staying at the time. So, you know, that happened, but luckily no one was like seriously injured, but the guy that was actually blowing up the subway, and I think he suicided or something. It seems like he was like the lone wolf or something because there was no other reports of other people trying to um, blow up other places and
Mhm.
whatnot.
What I'm what I'm reading right here is all 48 London Bridge attack victims who made it to the hospital have survived.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not I it was that was from Business Insider. Um,
No
if we were
business
smart,
today.
we would link sources for all this, but we're not. So
No, nobody's
um,
got time for it.
there is net neutrality was a thing
Oh
and
man.
still
Oh,
is a
yeah.
thing, and
There's many different opinions on that, and don't get me wrong, I'm usually not the one to really uh get subjective towards things like that, but I think people look at that as um, unfair because it's going to be, away. And if you really think about it, what about like other small businesses, that kind of don't want net neutrality because of the fact that they don't really make money versus big companies like Google or whatnot that can pretty much put their own value, and then they charge whatever, and the small business get almost like nothing because they're not really well known. So like it sucks for us because we're so used to being online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't really have to pay for the services or anything like that. But for people that want to start a small business, they want to get into web services and whatnot. It kind of sucks for them because they pretty much don't make anything. So it's like a win lose lose win. I don't know. It's like a
Pick your
lose lose.
poison.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I guess it's a you can't please everybody with that one.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
This one, um, this one was just announced, um, about 2 weeks ago, I think, and Apple admitted to slowing down its iPhones.
oh yep,
Good. I'm glad they admit it. I'm
Yeah,
horrible people.
yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's pretty messed up actually. Because then now they're being buttholes about
I
it, and we
see.
gotta.
I even yeah, what I found funny was they said, "Oh yeah, we'll replace your battery and we'll fix it for you for $25. We'll
Yeah.
fix the problem we caused on purpose for $25."
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody knew that they were doing that, but it's nice to
Yeah,
know that they finally admitted it.
And it
I
was it was just weird because like I actually have like the new phone, and it was working great, and then I don't know, maybe like a week later, I'm like, why is everything taking forever to load? So kind of like shows that they're just trying to make money, it's trying to sap all your money, and they don't really care about the customers.
of course,
It's
yeah.
so
And
horrible.
I think that's what a lot of companies end up doing, and in one form or another, whether it's their intentions are good or bad, I think they just go overboard with it. There's nothing wrong with, I think, improve, like, I don't think there's a problem with releasing a device that with room to grow upward instead of releasing a device that is at that time the
Mm-hmm.
best of the best, because then yeah, you can use that device to its full potential, and then you still have room to expand upwards and without slowing the devices down or anything like that. But my dad, longtime iPhone user, tried to get him to switch to Android many times. He refused, because his um, words, he said,
Mm-hmm.
iPhone works fine. The, nothing wrong with that. But meanwhile, he's going through iPhones, um, maybe once a year or once every
Mm-hmm.
6 months, and he'll buy them outright and just keep using them. And I even told him, hey, there's ways that companies can sneak in and they can make a phone. It's called planned obsolescence. I think that's how
Mm.
you say it, but um, they can slow devices down and forcing you to buy a new one or upgrade and making you think that it's just because it's old. He just told me I don't think that a company as big as Apple would do that. But lo and behold,
Lo and behold.
I saw him the other day and he was like, "You were right." So
Yeah, well,
he's buying an Android.
nevertheless, um, it's everyone's decision to make their, you know, I guess decision. So I guess we can
Well,
kind of end it off with something.
well, can we end it off with what we want to do in 2018?
Yes.
Now
What?
that we're like coming to 2018, let's just briefly go over what we're excited about and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, shit, tiny shit.
I wanna start off with um me. um I feel like 2018, I'm gonna actually do a lot of growing up and more adulting and becoming a human. And
You're gonna drop the balls in 2018.
Yeah, I am.
The balls.
Yep, they're gonna be sagging to the ground. But
Oh.
Okay.
no, but I I think I'm gonna be doing a lot more adult related things in 2018. Like I'm gonna have a stable job. I'm gonna be driving. I'm gonna be having to manage my bank account and all that. So I'm gonna. I feel like 2018 is going to end up going by a lot faster for me because I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing this and that and all that. So
Wow, that's
I
that's a,
I'm
the big task, man.
I mean, it's
Uh,
just a big change from 2017.
hmm
So,
Well, like damn. I mean, from what I don't know, but listen, I just want a job, and and that's just my goal for now. So,
That's a good goal.
yeah.
hmm
I think my goal is gonna have to repeat itself from last year about getting like my passport and just kind of moving towards traveling and stuff. And
hmm
yeah, I guess that's where I'll
Yeah,
start
because
off.
you
I'm not
just
really into the whole like New Year's resolution shit. Like I know everybody's like into like, oh, I'm gonna work out more this year, but I'm like, I
Nobody
can't work
follows
out to save
those.
my life. Like,
Nobody follows
I'll eat
those.
the food that you stop eating. How about that?
wow, wow.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's what's
dang.
good.
So
Yeah.
I guess we can just end it off here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Happy New Year, guys. Whether the new year has already begun or it's about to begin, hope you have a great one and don't get too wasted, I guess.
hmm
No, that's stupid. Get wasted and come on Discord. I want to see what you do drunk.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
Come,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
come
Go
chat.
get wasted. Um, join the eChat Lounge Discord. We'll be waiting. And
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have drunks in there too, so
oh
join
yeah,
the party.
yep. We'll I might even create a drunk roll, and you can apply that to yourself, and we that way if you're talking nonsense, we will know why.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one. This is Nani, aka Kangaroo, signing out. Deuces.
See ya.
Bye.